Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Facebook Tribe. Hello, Instagram. Hi, Fabio. Hey, Shanks. Hey, Facebook. Hello, everyone. Good to see you tonight. We're all keen on the reads, hey? We're all keen? Yes, I'm keen. I'm keen. Oh, Kim, you finally made it. Hello. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you for a long time. So glad you're here. Yes, keen on the reads tonight. I am as well. A bit tired. Had a bit of a good weekend. It's been a bit fun. Hello. Yeah, I had some fun on the weekend. Yeah. Jeanette. Oh, Jeanette. I haven't seen you for a long time. How are you going, Jen? Rhiannon, hello. I'll just wait for a few people to jump on before I do the live read for tonight. Yes, Glennis, hi. Judy, hello. Oh, thanks for sharing. Oh, that's the cat. He's just meowed. Bubby, our cat. Oh, he's starving. He wants dinner. He's going to have to wait. Oh, Bubby, what's going on? Yeah, can you hear him? Talking to me. Hello, Anna. Hi. We'll just wait for people to jump on. Good to see you. Rosemary, hello. Andrea. Nicole, hello. Don't know what's going on with the cat. I think he wants food. I think that's what's going on. He's very vocal. He's just going to have to wait now because I jumped on. I wasn't going to jump on tonight, and then I just had this vibe. I thought, I want to see what the cards have to say. I want to see what's going on with the cards. So that's why I'm here. I'm here for my own reading, to give myself a reading, something like that. Something like that. He's saying hello to Bubby. Yeah, he's lovely, my cat. Well, actually, we call him Mr. Bubby. Mr. Bubby. Felix, actually, that's his name. Hello, Alicia. Ash, hi. Yeah, so, okay, everybody's jumping on. So, okay, heads up. So if you're following me on Spirit Events Directory, if you're on there, I'm going to take a bit of leave from Spirit Events Directory for a couple of months because I need to get the algorithm moving on my business page. So I'll be doing all my live reads on my business page. I used to get about 3,000 views, more. Nothing now because I haven't been on that page. So I need to like build up my page again. So that's where I'm going to be for the next couple of months, and then I'll head back over to Spirit Events Directory then in a couple of months. So if you really enjoy me and you want to continue to have these live reads with me, then yes, please go and follow me. The link is above this live. And obviously, if you're on Instagram, you'll see me here because I'm on Instagram anyway. Can I see your comments, Belinda? Yes, I can. I can see your comments, but I'm not. Belinda, I don't know if you've watched my live before. I do an energy report first, so I won't just jump in and do readings for you straight away. You'll have to wait until I've done the energy report because I happen to love that. I enjoy it. Got to do what you love, right? Otherwise, what's the point? So anyway, so to follow me, please go and follow my business page. So I'm going to do the same thing, except I'll get to sort of really like deliver all the goodness to my tribe, people who do value the work that I do and who have been following me for a while and all that sort of stuff. So yes, only good cards. Agree with you, Nicole. Yes, only good cards tonight. I cannot have the Death card, the Ten of Cups. Sorry, no, I'll be all right with the Ten of Cups. The Death card, Ten of Swords, Three of Swords. Can't be doing that either. We're not having that. We're not having that. And we're definitely not having the Hanged Man. We don't want that either. And I don't mind a bit of the devil card. That's all right. Give me a little bit of devil. That's fine. But yeah, definitely don't want the tower either. Fuck the tower card. We don't want that card, do we? No, we don't. Let's see what comes up. Anyway. Oh, I couldn't see your comments last time. Couldn't I, Belinda? That was probably because there was lots of people scrolling through. I'm just going to turn the heater off. It's getting a bit warm in here. Oh, that's better. No swords. That's right, Nicole. No swords. No swords tonight. All right, so let's start. Let me introduce myself. My name is Marina Lovasz, and I refer to myself as your soul purpose mentor, and I support intuitive and spiritual entrepreneurs to monetize their passion to purpose, creating programs and services that sell out. My hair, oh Christ, hair's not looking so good. Yes, I teach channeling and tarot. So I've got a 9-month tarot program that starts on the 25th of July. I have one seat, only one seat left. And the early bird finishes, hello, Alma. The early bird finishes on the 13th of July, which will save you over $600. So if you've been wanting to do this course, this is the time to sign up, because I won't be offering it again this year. So this will be the last offering for this year, for this 9-month program. And it's not just, I'm not just teaching you tarot. I'm also teaching you psychotherapy, narrative therapy, Jungian psychology, counseling 101. So really the purpose is not only just to learn all the psychological portals, meanings for the cards, beyond the divinatory meaning. So moving away from fortune telling into the realm of tarot psychology, you're not just learning about tarot psychology, but you're also learning how to read therapeutically, so you can set up a professional practice with best practice. Obviously, that's my motivation, is to teach people best practice. So, yeah. Hi, Sarah. Yeah, so it goes for 9 months. So it's not just you'll learn. I mean, obviously, I'll teach you how to monetize this craft too, but you'll also learn. You'll also do your own personal and spiritual growth. So, oh, hi, Brad. Lovely to see you. I'm really well. Thanks for asking. Yes. Hi, Sarah from Ireland. Oh, no, from Queensland. Christ, I don't even need my glasses. I'm going to do the energy report first. There's so many people on tonight. That's interesting. There's usually a few more. I wonder what it is. Maybe it's school holidays or something like that. Or maybe because I'm talking and stuff. Okay, let's do the energy report. So how this works is your spirit team, my spirit team, your higher self, my higher self, all working in sacred collaboration together. And I've put my hand up to do the energy report for this week. I love doing the energy report. So that's going to continue. So please go and follow me on my business page. Otherwise, that's okay. You won't see me for a while doing the energy report. So it's a reading for the collective. And yes, I'll do that now. So I'm going to pick 3 cards. So after I've done the reading for the collective, I'm then going to do readings for everyone. So you just need to put your question in the comments section, and then I'll read for you. And hi, Sharon. And yeah, I'd love to read for you. We'd love to. It would be amazing. Okay, let me pick 3 cards. Oh. I hope they're good cards. I really want some good cards, right? We all want some good cards. Let's start. All right. Swords. It started. We've jinxed it, Nicole. We jinxed it. Okay. So this is the 2 of, well, okay, let's talk about what the swords mean in the Mythic Tarot, or in tarot in general. The swords relate to the air element being about communication. It is about your creative expression, but it's also about change and transformation. The swords are probably the most transformational of the minor arcana and the most confronting, and they are truth seekers. The swords are seeking to remove distortion from our reality, so we can see the truth of the situations that we find ourselves in. Now you can see in this card that this guy here, Orestes, has got his hands, the guy in the middle there, he's got his hands over his ears. You'll see that there. And he's standing between his two warring parents. In the story, Orestes was left with this karma. He had to deal with his family's karma. And he came from a long line of bloodshed where they were just killing each other off. And these are his warring parents now. They're at war because his sister had been sacrificed to the goddess Artemis so that Agamemnon, his father here, would win the Trojan War. So he did that, and his wife Clytemnestra is clearly, she's upset. So they're at loggerheads now. She's ready to she's angry, she's fuming that he's done that. So Orestes is stuck in between the two of them, in between the arguments, and he doesn't want to know about it. He doesn't want to hear about it. He just doesn't. He doesn't want to know anything about it. Well, with this card represents the defenses that we have to life and to the situations that we find ourselves in, the things that we do to avoid the truth, the things that we do to avoid the discomfort, the things that we might behave, ways in which we might behave to avoid, to distort our reality. So if we think of the defenses, things like denial or intellectualizing things, we do things as a defense to avoid our feelings, to avoid the truth of the situation. And it is a real thing. Sometimes literally, and I've said this to my clients many times, that we shouldn't give people a bad time, really, or a hard time for being like, and it's easy to get frustrated with people that sort of act as if they're in denial, pretend like the elephant in the room, sweeping it under the carpet. But a lot of the time it's because people don't have at that point the psychological resilience to be able to manage the situation that they find themselves in, to be able to handle dealing with the conflict that will happen if you confront the situation. So sometimes it is like that. We're just not ready to deal with it. And so it's like the elephant in the room, the thing that we sweep under the carpet to deny that it's even happening. So you might be wandering around with a sort of the happy face that everything's okay, or just sort of pretending that everything's fine, but actually it's not. And a lot of what's playing out with this card, some of the message with this, or some of the teachings of this card, the psychological teachings of this card, is about the way in which the conditions we were born into, and the way our family have impacted on or our relationships with our mum and dad, and how we play that out in our relationships, how we play that out with our lovers, how we play that out with our partners. And unconsciously, we don't even realize that we're playing out these behaviors, looking to get this corrected experience with the partner based on what we didn't get from our parents, and we play that out unconsciously. And this is the card of doing those sorts of things without being aware that you're enacting childhood trauma or childhood issues into your relationship. Hello, Ben. It's lovely to see you too. So it's a pretty intense card. So I guess the message with this card is this week that, I'm going to give you full permission, give yourself permission to not have to deal with the issue right now, but it will have to be dealt with eventually. You're going to have to sort of confront things at some point. And yes, some of you will feel like you're in this situation where there's an elephant in the room, and it's like at some point it's going to have to be managed, and it's just like becoming aware of it being there is a good start, and maybe discussing it with someone. And it doesn't have to be with the partner or the person that you're having the current issue with, but maybe even a therapist or a confidant or a friend or somebody that you can talk to about what's actually going on, someone who is safe enough for you to go to, where you know that you don't have to make any decisions at that point, where you can just go in and have that conversation, knowing that there's no decisions that have to be made, that it's safe enough for you to explore your feelings around it. So now remember, as I said with this card, part of the messaging around this card is that sometimes we just literally are not ready to drop the defenses because it's just too big. Whatever's underneath that is just too big. Well, you don't have the skills to be able to self-soothe or just literally just cannot cope with dealing with that thing right now. And that's okay. It is fine. It is fine. We have to be, there is a timing sometimes around these things. and you've got to have that, there needs to be some sort of readiness there, which would suggest to me that seeing someone or talking to someone about it so that you've actually got someone to debrief with about what's going on, what's been happening. It does suggest conflict in relationship, this card. Now, it can be conflict at work, it could be conflict with friendships, it can be conflict with lovers. Either way, it is about how we are seeking to have or avoiding conflict. So we're distorting, we're not being honest about what we're feeling or what's really going on. We're just, happy face because we don't want to deal with the conflict. So, okay, so it's not a bad card. So let me just say this is not a negative card. It's just that, we've all got defenses. We all have these defenses and they're learnt behaviors from our childhood that we've learnt to do to protect ourselves from the discomforts of conflict. Okay, that was a heavy card a bit, wasn't it? All right, next card. Four of Pentacles. Oh, okay, interesting. We've got some interesting cards tonight. So, yeah, the Four of Pentacles. I'll show you this card. Can you see it? That light's pretty bright up there. So the Four of Pentacles represents letting go. Or let me start with what the Pentacles are. So the Pentacles are about resources, time, energy, money, and how you invest your time, your energy, your money, and resources into the things that are going to grow you, that are going to provide for you, that are going to nurture you, that are going to bring you sustenance and abundance and health, and it's going to enable you to take care of your family and your body. And in the four of Pentacles, this is a reminder to not be miserly, to not be cheap on yourself, to invest in your health, to invest in what you want. If you want to grow, if you want to expand, if you want to evolve, the only way to do it is really through change. And I know that's people, often. We've got all these defenses against change because of the discomforts it brings up in us doing things that are taking us out of our comfort zone, or that may potentially feel like pain, like lifting weights. If you want to grow the muscle in your body, then you have to lift heavier weights than you did before. And that creates, it hurts to lift the extra weights. So this card is about having to, if you want to expand, if you want to grow you, then you're going to have to let go. You're going to have to invest and let go of what you've currently built. And it doesn't mean that you give away all your resources, give away all your money, give away all your time. It's not about that, but making an investment into yourself. And opening your mind and your heart to doing things differently is going to grow you. It's going to grow you substantially. So in the story, I'll tell you the story because the story is relevant and it will give you some context to what I'm actually saying, what it all means. So Daedalus here has these pentacles, right? You can see he's holding these pentacles really tightly. And there's a little boy next to him, and that boy is his nephew. And so he's been training his nephew in the arts, in the metal arts. Like he creates metal things. Anyway, moving on from there. So his nephew is starting to show signs of being really talented and maybe even surpassing his uncle, Daedalus. And so he's starting to get a bit jealous. And so instead of stretching himself and growing himself and up-leveling his practice and potentially investing in developing something new, something more, he then holds on to what he has really super tightly and becomes miserly. He doesn't want to share his gift. He doesn't want to share who he is. He doesn't want to share his talents. And because of that, what he ends up doing is he ends up retarding his own growth, and he ends up preventing the flow from coming in, abundance coming in, growth, money, health, resources, all of that. He dams up the flow by holding on. And he's not just holding on financially and physically, but it's also emotionally. So this card is a reminder to it's not just about opening up and giving away your money or investing your money in things, but it's also emotional. Like how can you like just give a little, open up open up your heart and let the emotions flow. Let yourself open up to what's possible, because you'll only end up retarding your own growth if you don't do that. Okay, so next card. Oh, interesting card. Oh, we've got some interesting cards tonight, everyone. Lots of lessons this week for us. Lots of lessons around, unconscious behaviors from our childhood playing out in our relationships, learning to let go and opening up and investing in ourselves and opening up to change and doing things differently and not doing what don't hold on to what you've got. Like, open your mind to more, that there's possibly more for you than what you currently have. And then we've got the Nine of Wands, which is about the creative blocks. Okay, so we've all been there. We've all been there where you just don't have the motivation. You don't have the creative energy to sustain, like, coming up with new ideas, and you feel this sense of exhaustion and tiredness and can't be bothered. I'm a bit cooked. I'm a bit done with it, and all of that sort of stuff. Now, it's okay to have a break, for sure. Absolutely. We all need rest, and rest is really essential. But this card it's the wands. Well, the wands are all about soul purpose, destiny, your creative life, your life actually being the art, the kind of life that you choose to live and to create for yourself, the style of living where you choose to live, the people you hang out with, the events that you go to, the books that you read, the things that you Google, like the conversations that you have, the paintings that you draw, the food that you cook, all of that becomes like your life is the art. And so this suggests to me that there is some kind of block there for us that we need to like, well, think of it like this. I explain it like this with this card. Sometimes you feel like you've run out of gas, right? Sometimes you feel like you just don't have enough energy and you feel exhausted and you don't know if you can get through the next stage. It's like getting 3/4 of a way through a degree and you think, oh, I can't be fucked doing just the use of better words. I can't be fucked, actually. Can't be bothered. Or for me, running is a big one. You sort of get to, if I'm going to do 5Ks or 10Ks or even 21Ks, those last couple of Ks always feels like a bit torturous. And you've got to sort of really change your mindset around what's possible rather than thinking I can't. And, if you hear yourself saying I can't because, just remind yourself that using that language, really, it's just a fiction of your mind. It's a limitation, a block that you've placed upon yourself around what's possible. Actually, you can. Actually, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. You've just got to open your heart and your mind to the possibility and let go, invest, do the thing, stop creating blocks around what you want, preventing yourself, telling yourself that you can't, because actually anything is possible. Maybe one of the lessons of this card is or a way to sort of work through the creative blocks around this card is come up with, if you've got a current issue that you think that isn't possible for you, write down 20 different ways that you could make it possible. Start to think creatively, start to think outside of the box, start opening your mind to possibilities, and moving from the context of from I can't to how can I? How is this possible? Once upon a time, I was working with someone, an assistant, who, yes, the first thing she would be annoyed and she'd ring me and she'd say, we can't do that. And then I would say to her, well, let's find a way. How can we? Let's look for a way that we can. And there's always a way. If there's a will, there's a way. There's always a way. So open your mind to the possibility that you can. Now, for some of you this week, the message with this card is that there is a hurdle in the way, but a lot of it is psychological. And you've created this psychological hurdle about what you can and can't have. And you need to focus on I can. How can I? How can I do this? You haven't run out of steam. You're still alive. Life's not over yet. We're still going. Okay, it's not over yet. Keep moving. Yeah. So creative blocks happen all the time. Sometimes we need a holiday. Sometimes we need a little rest. But it's never like, there is no such thing. I don't think there's really any such thing as failure. It's just lessons. We're just learning. We're just learning how to overcome challenges and how to do things differently, how to change things up. Okay, let's summarize these cards for this week's tarot energy report. So we've got the Two of Swords, which is about the defenses, the things that we put up around to protect ourselves from hurt and from pain, and to avoid conflict and to avoid change. Now, this is, excuse me, I just burped, sorry. For some of you, this is the permission slip of it's okay if you don't have the psychological resilience to deal with the conflict right now, but it's going to have to be dealt with at some point. You can't keep avoiding it. You cannot keep avoiding it because it's going to come up. And this card is about, a message of this card is about becoming aware of what we're enacting in our relationships based on the conditions we were born into and the relationships that we had as children with our parents and with our family. What are we enacting that's unresolved? How are we playing that out? And what are we, becoming aware of that? When none of us are perfect, we're all sort of a work in progress, aren't we? This card, the Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, is about letting go, investing, opening your mind and your heart to growth, investing your finances, time and energy into something more, letting go of what you've built, ready to up level to something new. Open your mind and your heart to the possibility that you can have, there is more for you. Don't worry about not having enough. Sometimes, I should have said this with this card, this is the card of scarcity mindset, where you're too scared to spend or you're too scared to invest just in case you run out of resources. You will not run out. In fact, you will dam up the flow by withholding it mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially. You will if you withhold, you will dam up the flow and you'll reduce your potential for abundance to flow in. You're not going to get what you want if you do that. So the competition that Daedalus has around him really is there to encourage him to grow. And growth doesn't happen without change. It doesn't happen without change. So it's time to change things up a little bit. Yes, how can I? This is the question we need to ask ourselves this week. Not I can't because that's just a fiction. That's just bullshit. That's just a fiction of the mind. It's how can I? What's possible for me? How can I make this happen? What can I do to grow this? What possibilities are there that I can't see right now that are actually there? You want to be like writing as many as you can. Okay, that's it from me with the energy report. So now I'm going to do some readings. Hi, Sonia. Good to see you. Hi, Danielle. Hello, Shannon. Tracy, hello. Angie, hi. Diane, hello. Good to see everyone. Yes, so, okay, well, let's pick some cards, hey. So just, yes, if you pop your question in, or I'm just going to shuffle the cards a little bit. So before I do the card read, just a reminder, I've only got one space left in my amazing 9-month tarot course and program. It's a personal and spiritual growth journey, as well as learning how to create a therapeutic practice, learning psychotherapy, Jungian psychology, Jungian psychotherapy, narrative therapy, somatic experiencing, whilst learning everything about the mythic tarot, the myths, as well as the psychology of the cards. We don't really focus too much on the divinatory meanings of the cards because we're sort of moving away from fortune telling into upgrading our practice, up-leveling our practice into therapeutic tarot, where all the good juju is. That's where you get to do the real work with your clients. And and that's where you end up having repeat clients, because you're actually helping your clients to create real change. People come in with real life issues. You do need to have an ethical practice and best practice. And a lot of that is missing. Oh, you bought the vintage deck. Oh, excellent, Vasiliki. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, it's all the way coming from America. Amazing. Yes, so the link is above. I've only got one seat left. The early bird finishes The early bird finishes on the 13th of July, and then the price goes up to $4,000, $3,997 for 9 months. So at the moment, it's $333 for 9 months of training every week. You, me, and only a small group of women, and one guy. Actually, we've got lovely Ben joining us this time, and and then there's a membership site, a beautiful membership site with all the content in there that you get to keep forever. And all the videos, all the trainings is yours forever as well. You get to keep all of that. And we meet every week to do your own therapy, you've got to do your own personal growth. If you're working with people, now everyone, listen up. If you are working with people, if you're doing this kind of work, you really do need to do your own personal journey work. Otherwise, you'll project unconsciously called transference and countertransference. It's countertransference. You start projecting your stuff onto your clients. You do need to work through your own stuff. And the deeper you go within, the more insights you gain from the cards, the deeper you understand the cards, the psychological meanings of the cards have so much more depth when you do the personal work. So it is a huge component of the course, is doing the personal journey work. And I just love that part of the course for sure. Okay, let me read now because I can't stop talking about it. Have I tried rubbing one out? What does that mean? Have you tried? That's somebody, I don't know what that means. I'm just going to move on from Cheryl. I don't know what that means. Okay, let's start with Tammy. Hi, Tammy Boyer. I'm just wondering if I could get guidance on my personal life. Sure. Let's see. Okay. Oh, all right. So this suggests to me that there's some anxiety there, that you do experience, like maybe your nervous system is activated, or that you get easily activated. This tells me there's some anxiousness and there's some anxiety there. And this card represents the ways in which we catastrophize, or we're kind of like this half glass empty, where you're seeing the worst outcome for yourself. I'm here to tell you that it is a fiction of the mind. It's not going to happen. Whatever that you're seeing around your future, this negative fear that you have about what's going to happen, it's not true. It's not going to happen. This is a nudge from spirit. It's not true. You need to trust. Now, sometimes we catastrophize, or we have this default where we go into that sort of, it's trauma. Sometimes it could be post-traumatic stress. I mean, I'm not here to diagnose you. It's not my job to do that. But, sometimes, when we have been through difficult things in our lives, that our nervous system can get activated so easily, and, there's trauma stored in the body, and any slight thing that may have you like a red flag, that may not even be a red flag, but you're so sensitive that your mind starts to turn it into this red flag, that you end up creating more stress for yourself, creating more anxiety. And maybe you'll even feel like you don't even know where it comes from. It just kind of comes up. Sometimes this happens because we have some sort of like stress and guilt from the past, wishing that we could have done things differently, or we feel like there's regrets, or issue, like stress and guilt around the past, things that have happened, and you're carrying that with you, and it's not a predictor of your future. It is not a predictor of your future. So the message for you with this card, Tammy, is it's about changing, or moving from the context of making decisions based on what you want, based on what's going on here. Is someone, sorry, I thought there was some strange thing, something came up on my Okay, I don't know what that was. Yeah, so what was I going to say? I got distracted then. I'm so sorry about that, Tammy. I was talking about, yes, so yeah, we have to be careful. I want you to start making decisions based on what you want. Start acting as if you were going to have what you want and make decisions and take actions based on that, rather than trying to brace yourself or moving from this place of defense in fear that you're not going to get what you want. So you start enacting out ways in which you're not going to get what you want, which then ends up creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't want that for you. You need to start opening up to the idea that you can have what you want and that it is possible, and start acting and making decisions based on that. Now, this tells me there's some choices here for you, and there's opportunities around work. Now, I don't know if you're staying in your current job or if you're going to move from your current job, or if you've been thinking about it, or if there's been an offer for you, but this tells me that there is an opportunity for you, and I would encourage you to say yes. Don't be afraid to say yes. Just do it. Okay, that was for Tammy. Okay. Now I shall read for Anne on Instagram, and then I'll read for Danielle Sykes on Facebook. But first, I'll just first I will speak to Anne on Instagram. All right. Oh, okay. Now, it was about relationship, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Are you still here? Oh, maybe you're not here anymore. Are you still here? Otherwise, I won't read for you. Oh, she might not be there. Okay, I'll move over to Danielle and I'll wait for... Oh, she is here. Yes. Okay. Let me pick. Oh, okay. So now this card tells me, Anne, that you need to let go. Now, it doesn't mean that it's... Stop trying to control the outcome. You can't control the outcome. So you need to just relinquish, like sometimes we have to set someone free for them to come back. Sometimes you have to set them free for them to come back to you, and just to let go. Let go, not because it's over, but because you need to let go. You just need to not try and make, like, don't try and, you can't force. Sometimes it's a surrendering. Maybe that's a better way to describe it. Surrendering over, surrendering it up to God, surrendering it to Source, surrendering it to your guides, to your angels, to your higher self. Just surrender it over and just do what you will. Let it be. Let things be as it will be. Oh, the lighting changed. Did it get brighter in here? Looks like it did. Anyway, what will be will be. Like, open your mind. Well, yes, it does. I was going to say open your mind. It's more open your heart. Open your heart to the possibility that you can have what you want, but the only way to do that is to let go, is to stop trying to control it. Now, I think we all, somehow we've done that in relationship, haven't we? We've all been there, where we've been in relationships and we want someone to like us, or we want someone to stick around for a bit longer, or we're trying to make them commit, or we're trying to make them do something. And you know, it's kind of a pointless endeavor, isn't it? It's hard enough to change ourselves, let alone to try and change somebody else. And really, you know, at the end of the day, if someone's properly into you, if they're really into you, if they're really keen on you, they're going to find a way to reconnect with you, and they'll do whatever it takes to make that connection happen. And so the best outcome out of this situation, Anne, is just to like let go, just to let it go, and trust that love will find its way back to you. But if you just surrender it over and give up trying to make it happen, just let it happen. if that makes sense. So easy for me to say that, isn't it? So this tells me as well that there's a lot of resources there for you to focus on your creative life and the stuff that you're doing around your work, and that to get all those resources in place, the ship hasn't set sail yet. It hasn't left. It's still there. And this is a celebratory time really for you around your creative life and your work life, and to just like lap that up and use all the resources, all the trainings and all the things that you're getting through that. Like soak it all in and know that you're building this incredible life for yourself, and this ship in the background is the carrier of experiences. It's going to take you on a new adventure. So stay focused on the work stuff. Don't let the relationship stuff derail you. Just surrender it over, hand that over, and just stay focused. This is worth celebrating. This is a good thing. Okay, that was for you. Now, Danielle. Yes, Brad, I'll read for you soon. I'll read for Danielle first, and then I'll read for Brad. It's good to see you back, Brad. You're the only, you and Ben are the only guys on here at the moment. It's unusual to have like guys following me. I don't even get those. I was going to say some rude things. I won't say it. Anyway. Oh, I've got another guy on Instagram that follows me. Another guy. Yeah. But, yes, anyway. Okay, Danielle. All right, reading for Danielle. Oh, okay. So Danielle, this tells me that you do have there's an off note. And should you move on, I would suggest yes. I would suggest that, you've got to make the decision. I can't make this decision for you, but this card foretells the message of this card is about off notes, when you get this bad feeling about something and you know that something isn't right, and you need to trust that. We're not taught to trust ourselves, are we? We live in a society where the focus is all on this sort of intellectual thinking and rational and reasonable and reasoning. But, as I was saying to my daughter the other day, like she was riding her bike and she said, there was this car and there was, I don't know, I just had a bad feeling. I said, yeah, and don't ever worry about getting that bad feeling wrong. If you get a bad feeling, that's fine. Come home. Don't not ignore it. And so the message to you is don't gaslight yourself. You've got a feeling there. Don't try and make it something it's not. Honor what you're feeling around it. Stop gaslighting yourself around your feelings, and trust what you're feeling. And my feeling is that things aren't quite right, and you know it. And you're getting like downloads about it, or messages about it, and you need to trust that to go with that. And then the other card that I've got for you is the major card. It's the Star. And this tells me that you will get what you want. You will get what you want, but it won't happen without the Tower falling. It's like this is you coming back to your most authentic self. And really that's what you're longing for. I think this position that you're currently in is probably not a fit for who you are. And it's just not in alignment for the truth of who you are. And you need to remember who you are, where you've come from, and what you're capable of, and to follow this inner light that's guiding you, this inner vibe, this inner feeling. Like let your inner light be the compass. Let your inner your soul, let your soul guide you on this. You've got this off note for a reason, and you need to trust. You need to remember that you can trust yourself, to remember who you are, to come back to the truth of who you are, so that you can make the decisions that are in alignment for you. You are due a new beginning. This is like coming to, you're closing. This is like the closing of a cycle, getting to the end of a cycle. There's still more work because there'll be a transition after this, for sure. There'll be a transition, and then there'll be like cutting ties to the past, and then you'll be able to start this new beginning. So there'll be a bit of a transition. You'll get the green light, but for now, you're being asked to just remember who you are. Trust yourself. Trust that inner light within you. Trust your feelings. Stop gaslighting yourself. Trust how you feel, and know that you can trust yourself. Your feelings don't lie to you. Okay, that was your message. All right, Brad. Where are you? There we go. Hi, Brad. Things have been difficult. Okay. You're welcome, Danielle. Oh, goodness, burping. I had onion rings tonight. I never eat that shit, but I did. I really felt like some fatty, gross food. I had like a healthy salad, and then I had onion rings with it, with mayonnaise, dipping it in there. I mean, it tasted good, but it's just, actually, it's not good. It sort of tastes good at the time, doesn't it? And then afterwards, you're like, ew, what did I do that for? That's what's happening now. I keep getting burping onion rings. It's a bit yuck. Oh. Brad, this card's flowing out for you. This is an interesting card, the Knight of Wands. This tells me there's movement, there's change of location, maybe changing of house, maybe moving house, moving location. This is movement and changes in the air. Now, this is about expansion, becoming more of who you are through moving, like, not necessarily travel. As I said, this is like moving. I don't know if you're moving house, but this suggests that it's either soon or it's going to happen. Like, this is the vibe I'm getting from this. Is yeah, that's right. You burp when you're letting go of dense energy. Yeah, me too. Happens all the time. So yes, Brad. Okay, so this is on that one level. This is that card. The other point, message of this card is that you need to open your mind and expand your horizons. Like, open your mind and expand your horizons, that there is more for you, and that it's not just an expanding, like traveling outside, but more traveling inwards. So doing some, like, studying some kind of philosophy, maybe doing, like, I don't know, like studying Buddhism, or going and doing transcendental meditation, or even learning some metaphysical things, or doing some kind of like philosophical training, like Buddhist classes or something, would be really good for you as well. Now, I'll just pick another card for you because that flew out. Yeah, I think we underrate, we undervalue or devalue personal journey work. Like, it is, yeah, I just love it so much. It's such a privilege, really, to hold space for clients to do that personal work. And then also, I love going to my own therapist, but it brings me so much joy. But one of the things that I love to share, or that the hot space that I love to hold for my clients, is really just to give them, to help them have their needs met that they didn't have met in their childhood, to give them corrected experiences. So when my clients come in, it's really not about fixing them or changing them or trying to make them into something that they're not, or really it's about strengthening their strengths and finding ways for them to love and accept who they are as they are, for all the light and the dark, and moving away from fixing. Like, can it be okay? Can we just work on being okay with who you are, and loving that, and finding love for your life, and finding the joy and pleasure, and how can we make life more joyful for you in a way that's going to make you feel more connected to who you are. At some point, we've got to stop all the fixing, hey? Like, we're all sort of walking around, we're all wounded, all of us. We've all got, like, you know, we're all the wounded healers. We've all got wounds that don't heal, but you don't want to be continually rubbing salt into those wounds. Like, what's the point of that? How does that help? Like, because it doesn't heal. It's a wound that doesn't heal. So, you know, it's not that we're denying it. We're not spiritually bypassing it. But, yeah, sometimes it really isn't that helpful to continually dig into it. That maybe it's about becoming, you're becoming, like, who do I want to be in the world? Where am I? Who am I? We're tapping into that. Yeah. Oh, Brad. Okay, one more card, Brad, for you. So, change. Okay, Brad. So we've got, yes. So this is movement. There's cognitive dissonance for you, okay? There's definitely cognitive dissonance happening for you. What does that mean? That means that the world that you currently live in, the kind of life that you're currently living in, is not a fit for you, and you know it. And you know it. But there's this real sort of dissonance where you're kind of grappling with that. There's this inner conflict, wanting to avoid change. This tells me that you are about to embark on a major transformation, huge transformation. Life's going to shift significantly for you, and who you are today, there's just massive change. And it will also mean change in relationships as well. The relationships around you will change too. Now, this is a good thing. This is not a negative thing. This is about you moving away from the beginnings of removing some of the distortions that you have in your life about yourself and about the reality that you live in, being more honest with yourself. And yeah, this is like change that's far-reaching change. It's inevitable. It's not going to, you can't turn, this is not going to go away. This is karmic. So we've got house moves and we've got significant change for you. Change of relationship. So, okay. How are we going for time? What is the time? I feel really tired tonight, guys. I'm getting a bit tired. Hi, Jack. I wonder if you're still here. Big hugs, big love. No worries, Brad. Yes, prepare yourself, hey? You need to sort of start preparing for it. Preparing for the big shift. I think in a year's time, you're not going to know well, you're going to know yourself, but it's going to be quite a significant, quite different. Yeah. All right. Who's this lady here? Chloe CJ. Hi, Chloe. Evening, Marina. I hope your weekend was nice. It was lovely. Thank you. I feel something is happening to my body. I also would like to move in the future. Where I live is making me sick. I don't feel myself here. Thank you. Well, you need to acknowledge that. I think you've given yourself the answer to your question, and you're wanting confirmation that you're on the right track. And as I was saying to the last person that I read for, don't gaslight yourself. Like, why do we do that? It's because we've been taught not to trust our feelings. We've been told when we were kids that we're just making it up. Stop dramatizing. Stop dramatizing it. Stop, but you're being overly sensitive. You know, stop, how dare you? How dare you be angry? Go to your room. Like, suppress your feelings, repress, hold it back. You know, all of that sort of stuff. You're just making it up. It's all in your imagination. All of that stuff that our parents said to us because they couldn't deal with the discomfort that came up when we were expressing ourselves. And so they would do anything in their power to try and stop us from feeling because they didn't like what they were feeling. And then so we inadvertently, that's one way that we learn to gaslight ourselves. There's many ways that we get gaslit by our own family. They don't even realize they're doing it. So it's kind of like it's ingrained in our culture. We're sort of learning how to trust ourselves again. This is why I'm not anti psychic development groups or any of that sort of stuff. I'm definitely pro intuition, trusting your intuition. And it is like, you know, when people talk about woo-woo, I find it really offensive. We've got to stop using that term. We've got to stop saying those words, because the sacred feminine and your intuition, your psychic self is real, and it's important, and It protects you. It's an alarm system in the body. It's guiding you. It's a guiding light within you. It's helping you to make decisions that are in your best interests. And you need to trust yourself, Chloe. If that's what you're feeling, then that's what you're feeling. The end. And that's okay. And so you need to honor that. Now, when you've said to me, I also would like to move in the future, then that's what you're going to do. It's a yes. It's a yes from me. I think we have to learn somehow that it's not just, these readings are not just somebody telling you what's going to happen. You're co-create, you're collaborating with the tarot therapist. You're collaborating with the reader. And we're really just confirming what you already know. And you are the creator of your reality. No reader's going to manifest your reality for you. You do it for you. And yeah, okay, now let me pick some cards. Yeah, the tarot are it's an incredible sacred medicine gift. The tarot is a tool to help you manifest your deepest desires, the life your creative life, what you truly want. It's messages to yourself from yourself. You're building rapport with your inner being. When you're reading tarot, you're building rapport with your inner self, and you're accessing content and material from your unconscious, from your personal unconscious, which is creating your fate. Tarot isn't just fortune telling. You are the oracle. It's actually you. It's actually you. You're the oracle. But the cards are an incredible, like the archetypes of the cards enable us to tap into something deeper in ourselves. Okay, Chloe, this is for you. Talking too much, aren't I? Okay, Chloe, I think this change is going to happen very, very quickly, very significantly. This also significantly, that's not the right word. Quickly. It's like quick decision making. When opportunities come up, when the opportunity arises, jump. Don't think twice. Just go ahead. This is changes. And this also suggests to me that there's also opportunity for a second career for you, another way of doing things, another level to who you are, to expand more into who you are, and that there's a second career. Now, if you haven't already started this second career, then this is like me nudging you to like get on to this second career. If you have already started, this is confirmation that the changes that you make are good. Look at all those pentacles. Look at all of those pentacles. It's abundant. There's a lot of abundance there for you. But yes, you need to shift quickly. This is about making decisions quick. Yes, go ahead and do it. Shift. You do need to make quick silver decisions, like quick silver thinking, decision making. Let it happen quickly. Just go ahead and do it. Stop sitting around and waiting for something to shift. You're going to have to do the shift. It'll be you, and it'll bring abundance to you. And also, this is the opportunity. There's a second career now. I don't know what that is for you. Got no idea, but I know it's there. I know there's an opportunity that's going to bring you abundance. Okay, I'm still burping. Crikey. I'm so overhearing woo-woo as well, Vasiliki. It's just to put down. It's just another way to put women down, really, because it's associated with those, the dualities, isn't it? Woo-woo associated with women, females, not to trust. It's all going to end on Instagram in a minute. I've got 1 minute to go. How are we going for time? I'm feeling tired, everyone. I think I'm going to put closure on tonight's session. So, yes, up on top. Now, please don't forget, okay, guys, I'm taking a bit of a break from Spirit Events Directories, but I'm going to be doing these live reads every week, same time, every week on my business page to get the algorithm moving on my business page. So if you haven't followed me, go up to the top of this live, and my business page is on there. Follow me so that you don't miss out on the weekly reports. And honestly, once you continue to show up for these weekly reports, they do become more aligned to you, we create a little community, a tribe where the energy becomes even more aligned. So I encourage you to follow me, and of course I'll still be doing the free reads. And please remember, I've only got one spot left. Who's it going to be? Like, I don't know. Someone magically is going to show up. I don't know who it is. One spot left for my tarot training and mentoring tarot therapy training and mentoring, 9 months, you, me, and a small group of people going deep on the mythic tarot, psychological arts. It'll be fabulous, honestly. It's such a great course. Everybody loves it. I have fabulous reviews, and yeah, I love showing up for it every week. I riff. I'm riffing. Love it. Go in there and I riff, and I'm in it. I fall in love with my own trainings. That's a good sign. If you don't love your own trainings, Houston, we have a problem, right? Yeah. Anyway, all the love, beautiful people. Thank you. Thank you for showing up every week. And I'll see you soon. Big hugs, big love. Bye, everyone.